our second story comes to us from a very enthusiastic reader, Remigio Torres. And Remigio sent us a very lovely list of 12 unbelievable stories of scams and schemes
Very
at
helpful list.
getpocket.com. And in that list, we found a story about a horrible Airbnb experience. Let me run it down for you. Devin, you go on Airbnb, you book a place, looks nice, you get to the spot. An hour before you're supposed to check in, an hour or two before you're supposed to check in, the host tells you there's a leak, there's some damage, the place is uninhabitable. Now you can get my second property, right, valued at way more than the first property you initially booked. So they're trying to hit you with an upgrade. The only problem is you got to accept it now, right? And like you can't like you got to forfeit your right to cancel according to Airbnb policy, right? So they basically found a way to take off consumer protection. Now you get to this new spot. Of course, you choose it because it's last minute. You don't know where else you can book for the budget that you have. And even if you do cancel with Airbnb, you're not going to get that money right away, right? So you show up to the new place, and surprise, surprise, the new place is a dub. Friends, I cannot go into all the details, but I will just say this. Cigarette butts in the sofa. You can go to show notes to read the full situation. But Devin, I want to know any part, obviously this is a scam, but anything related to Airbnb, scam, swindle, scheme.
Oh, total scam. I refuse to use the Airbnb. I don't care how cheap it is. It's helped gut the housing market. It's destroyed local economies, and not to mention the cottage industry of like Airbnb related scams that have shown up. Like, oh, rent out your apartment for extra income. Like put your couch on your Airbnb. And really, when all that happens is like, you get these people who end up buying up property.
So many squatters' rights cases because of Airbnb. Not that I'm against squatting, because
seriously,
housing is a human right. Just not my
human
housing.
Right. Housing is a human right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you shouldn't have people like owning like 5 of them just so that they can rent them out as Airbnbs instead of renting them at low cost to people who need them.
Yeah, I've used Airbnbs before. No judgment. Before Airbnb existed, my family actually frequented timeshares and villas. So I think that there is a benefit to people vacationing in vacation homes instead of hotels, just because you have more space, you can be loud, you can put like a kitchen instead of eating from the microwave. But I think that Airbnb has been terrible because they didn't vet whether people had rights to rent these properties, and they did not put that. Yeah, they jacked up. They're the reason why some neighborhoods are more expensive or people can't get housing, because why should I rent you 30 days for $1,300 when I can rent someone 7 days for $1,300, right? You know, so I think like Uber, Airbnb is a scam. Yes, a scam because they knew from the onset what they were doing. They knew that they were disrupting an industry that came with protections. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, the whole the gig economy, or the the way that we've just like like turned every aspect of our lives. Oh,
Rent.
Yeah, well, like if you're struggling financially, just, like use an app to flip it. Now, your car is your job, your home is your job. Like every aspect, becomes like of your life becomes capitalized upon instead of just enjoyed.
Yeah.
Something that, makes life worth living.
Yeah. I agree. What else can we say about this scam? I feel terrible. I would just say go and read that article. Thank you for Remigio for showing it to me, because now even if I do book an Airbnb, I will know to not switch my booking at the last minute. Especially like do not void your consumer protection, whatever Airbnb is offering. Also, on behalf of all Airbnb hosts, even though a lot of y'all was people who would rent an apartment just so like not own a property. Okay, let me back up. So traditionally,
you're
Airbnb
the kinder
is,
one. That's why.
Yeah, traditionally Airbnb is you own a property, you rent a property, but there are people who have semi-good credits would apply to rent properties, and you think you have a long-term tenant, and instead they're Airbnb-ing it out to people, right?
Subletting it.
Yes, but then when the pandemic happened, people weren't traveling, a lot of bookings got canceled, and then Airbnb was literally out here sending people $7 checks, being like, hey, $7 for you. And so on behalf of all the legitimate Airbnb hosts, I would like to give a giant F you, 2 fingers up to Airbnb. Hey girl. All right, Mark. That's all the time we have for you today.
Please like, comment, share, and be sure to report us to the BBB.
And give us 5 stars on Airbnb, please. I'm Onicia Miller at Onicia Miller on Twitter.
And I'm Devin Whitlock at Devin Agonistes on Twitter.
Join us next week as we explore Moxie robots and film franchises. We want to know which film franchise is a scam, a swindle, or a scheme. And if you want more scams right now, check out our previous episode on, what's the topic, Devin?
Landlord-appointed roommates and yearly rent increases.
So all that is in the description box or show notes below.
Yes. You can find bonus content, more episodes, and multiple ways to send us your banking info and social security number at oniciamuller.com/scams.
That's scams with 3